There was a time when my boys were playing basketball, Micah for his school and Xavier for his school. And they were in two different schools at this time. And Micah was having an exceptionally hard year because while he made it to the basketball team, he never played. He was on the bench almost all season. And it got to the point at the end of the season that just watching the game go by and him never getting a minute of play. And I mean, it really was times where he never set foot on the court. And if he did, sometimes it would be for 2 or 3 minutes. And if he missed a shot, he would immediately be put back on the bench. But it did something to him in that time. It created in him a fear of shooting or making any mistakes. Also, that's where he coined the term for me, hot tears. They were, he would shed a few after these games just out of pure rage and frustration and not being able to play the game that he loved so much. At the same time, Xavier was also playing on his team, and they were losing constantly. And when I mean losing, it wasn't just simple losing. It was massive. Them getting spanked, just losing big by double digits, to the point that Xavier started to get frustrated mid-season because he just felt like, why do they go through all these practices? They practice 5 days a week. And then he sometimes would go and head to the gym and practice again on Saturdays and early mornings. And no matter how much practice they did, they couldn't win a game. And so he really wanted to know, what good was it to play this sport and work so hard only to lose constantly? In stepped a good friend of mine at this time, and she said, you should really think about your children joining this little rec center called Oak Grove. And it's right here, and it's on a gravel road out in this part of Durham. And this place, this rec center, that would become a real beautiful place for both of my boys during what was exceptionally hard basketball seasons. And when I mean exceptional in all the ways that my sons needed community and players and coaches and the familiarity of just being in a place where they could rediscover their love of the sport. Not only did they both rediscover the love of the sport, they became different players. Micah had become afraid of shooting, and his coach would say, Micah, take the shot. You're a shooter who's afraid to shoot. Take the shot. And even not all good shots land, not all bad shots miss. But if I see that you made a good shot and it's of good IQ, basketball IQ, I'll take it. So Micah began shooting, and even when he'd miss, his coach would yell from the sidelines, I'll take it. I'll take it. And Micah began to be a player who took shots, good ones, smart ones. Xavier, who was on a team during their basketball season who lost every single game, ended up on a team that won their championship for their age bracket that season. And Xavier just shined. He just came alive. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I think that we're going to go through seasons in our life where we're just overlooked, where we're invisible. And even though we have the skills and we're wanting to do the thing we know we can do, even the thing we may have been hired to do, or you made the team to do, and you're just not allowed to do it. And something happens to you on that bench. Something happens to you when you're not seen. And there'll be seasons in our life that no matter how hard we work, how hard we try, we're losing. Our team is losing. And yet there are places like Oak Grove, carved out on gravel, pavement, or just gravel driveways in the middle of nowhere, that surround you with good folk, excellent coaching, and you begin to discover again what it is to love what you do and who you are in what you do and been called to do. So for so much of my experience in this life, I would want for folks, when they're going through their toughest seasons, when you begin to just lose touch with who you are or why you even do the things you do, that there will be the sacred, if not holy ground, where you can find your love again, where you can find out who you are and shine beautifully. May we all find the oak groves, those spaces that are hollowed out just for us, to find community, to find good coaching, and to just be able to explore the best parts of ourselves. May we find our oak groves, and may they serve good nachos.